Got the paper right here. We're gonna probably frame this one. Here because made it all the way in the pocket the whole time. So
you don't realize until we marked the course, like how far 100 meters actually is.
The exercise selection, I came up with that first. Then we mapped it all out. And then that's how we started to figure out, like, this is way too intense. We can't do all of this stuff.
You could see people were feeling a lot more fatigued. This took up a huge chunk of time.
If things feel too frustrating, overwhelming, fatigue kicks in, then it's not going to be enjoyable. It'll be challenging, but it's going to suck. So we started off by making sure that every distance was 100 meters over the course of 1,600 meters. We went out days before, measured it out. We also drew some chalk lines. It started off with all of us getting together up here.
Just kind of break down what we were sort of doing. Some people had an idea on like the route we were going. Otherwise, not a lot of people knew what to kind of expect.
It was a partner workout. So you and somebody else were going through the whole session carrying the same sandbag.
They're mixed carries and exercises every 100 meters. You're committed to that one sandbag. You take that one sandbag, you have that sandbag through the duration of the whole event.
We started off outside the front doors of White Lion Strong Gym at the 0 meter mark and did a partner front rack carry all the way to the 100 meter mark. The first 100 meters was a pretty low key and laid back carry. It was a partner single arm front rack carry. Everyone started off pretty relaxed, lots of jokes, pretty jovial.
First 100 meters, single arm front rack carry with the partner was good to just to establish communication and coordination.
For the second part of it, it was a partner row. So we did a partner row with this sandbag. Also, coordination required, but pretty laid back and low key.
Second 100 meter, we moved into 10 rows with 20 high steps.
Once we got to the 300 meter mark, between 300 and 400 meters, that's when things started to pick up a little bit more. We did the partner overhead carry.
Faster start, so we chugged through the first couple 100 meters.
At this point, we started to see things adding up a little bit more. Between 300 and 400 meters, we did the full tension backward drag.
Fourth leg is definitely where things took a bit of a turn. The intensity definitely ramped up a little bit more.
We did that for a full 100 meters, and then the partners changed position so that the other partner would also be going backwards for the other 100 meters.
So that one was challenging because it just like it burned the quads so much, and the shins took on a lot in these last two, which I didn't really realize afterwards. So I was talking about it with someone who did the kilometer, and they're like, man, like my shins were like so sore, and like what could that have been from? And I think it was from this one here, from this kind of partner drag.
This is when things started to really build up. Highest level of coordination required at the 600 meter mark.
Next leg was from 600 to the 700 meter marks.
Good communication was essential. Count it down, jump at the same time, even discuss where you're going to land on the sidewalk in front of you. The load on the glutes and hamstrings on that inside leg close to the bag was tremendous. And by the end of it, we were definitely feeling the full effects of these squat loops. It was definitely fun and exciting. We had a great time. A lot of laughs were had too. And I think I even fell a few times myself. So yeah, I definitely underestimated that one. I was feeling it, and it was definitely something we're going to be doing again.
To round out the last 200 meters from 600 to 800 there before we turned around, we went into like a partner single arm searchers.
We knew that going from 6 to 7 and 7 to 8, we need to kind of bring it down a little bit, but still have a high level of endurance and coordination. Partner Zercher carry is what we did next. So for 100 meters here, essentially an isometric bicep curl, we switched sides so the other arm could get the work.
What I found challenging about that was it was hard to make it the whole 100 on that one arm without switching every like 25, 50 meters. The forearms, biceps, shoulders were taking on a ton of strain on that one.
That was like our working rest before we picked up the pace again for going from 800 to 900. Now 8 to 900, it was definitely pretty sneaky because we now took a combination of some other movements that we did.
I'd say the most challenging exercise of the day, spinning around the halfway point there. So from the 800 to a 900 meter mark.
A partner front rack carry into front stepping lunge followed by an overhead press.
So that one became like very challenging. To cover the distance of 100 meters was deceptive.
We definitely claimed a lot of souls on that one. It was pretty tough. I was suffering through the whole thing. Probably see a couple of tracks there, a couple pieces. It was challenging.
It feels like there's a lot of lunges. I feel like 200 meters.
Yeah. After the front stepping lunge, we moved into the rear stepping lunge. So the rear stepping lunge covered the next 200 meters.
So the full tension rear stepping lunge is the one we did, a little bit different than the one we did prior. So we had, once again, 100 and 100. I walked backwards for 100. My partner walks backwards for 100.
This took up a huge chunk of time. The legs were taking on a ton of strain at this point. So
ground to clean. So it was a partner pickup up to this rack position, 2 squats, a coordinated squat effort, 1-2 reps, and then 20 high steps. Repeat that for the full 100 meters.
You could see people were feeling a lot more fatigued. So we were just slowing down that kind of pace.
Some partner side shuffles.
Slower.
Definitely a little bit sneaky on that one there because of the amount of loading, core and hip stability that's required to shuffle.
Going into the 1400 to 1500 meter, the home stretch there, the legs are feeling pretty cooked at this point. Just alternating that kind of lateral monster walk position.
100 meters of my left side going forward, and then 100 meters of my right side going forward. So partners switching again.
The final 100, we just brought it back.
And that was the entire kilometer. We finished it off with a nice and easy partner carry here in the suitcase. We thought we might as well finish it off after everything that we did.
Here's to the front door of the gym. It was good. It felt accomplished. Everyone was kind of waiting outside, kind of rooting each other on as you cross. Finished off the final exercise. It was good.
It was challenging enough, so finishing off on a high note, everybody could kind of high five and feel victorious at the end and sit around and have some good laughs at a solid session.
People had a lot of fun with it because you're kind of getting into that same kind of bonding with that shared experience. Like, okay, we're pulling through this together.
That's the kilometer for 2025. 2026, well, yeah, it's going to get even better. So I can't wait for next year, and thanks to everyone that came out because it was definitely a kilometer event to be remembered.